Hello everyone, welcome back. So this time we're learning how to make something 3D, finally. So all these things previously have been just two-dimensional sketches. Now we need to turn this into a three-dimensional shape, because that's what SOLIDWORKS is about. It's about making 3D objects. Now in doing this, we're going to move away from our Sketch tab and move over to the Features tab. So to use this, you need to have already created a sketch. So I created the sketch right here, it's just a rectangle. And I'm going to go to the Features tab. Now the Features tab, you see that most of these are grayed out. However, there are a few that are not. That would be the Extruded Boss Base, the Revolve Boss Base, and our Swept Boss Base right here. We're going to look at Extruded Boss Base first. Now if I scroll over, we'll see a little video of what happens. And it's showing me that I can take a linear change to this. So I take a two-dimensional shape and I stretch it in a linear fashion. Either straight, more or less straight out of the page, or straight into the page. Extrusion is when you take some sort of hole, it's a shape, some plate with a shape in it, and you stuff metal through that shape. When it gets stuffed through, it comes out the shape of the hole. And there's certain types of metal that you can do that with, and it has to be processed in a certain way. But that's what an extrusion is. So I'm going to click on Extruded Boss Base. And the cool thing is that it instantly figures out kind of what I'm doing. It can't always. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see what's going on. But in this case, I only had one shape. And so with that one shape, it's like, well, there's only one thing to extrude, so that's what I'm going to extrude. If you look over on the side, there's a lot of different things here. And they're not necessarily the easiest to understand. But the big thing for you is you see this distance right here. That's how wide it's going to be. And you see this arrow right here. That determines what direction is going to be stretched. If I click it, it switches direction. And finally, there is this little option right here where if I want to, I can move it any direction I want. Now, there is no fully defined, underdefined for a feature. It is whatever you tell it to be. This is the dimension. It has to be given. And you can change it later if you want to. So I click the green checkbox, and you will see that it's now a three-dimensional shape. Also, if you look over on the Feature Manager design tree, you'll see that Boss Extrude 1 is still here, but my original sketch is gone. That's not been deleted. I click the little drop-down box or drop-down arrow right next to it. You'll see that Sketch 1 is inside of my Boss Extrude. Okay, it's gone inside of that. One sketch can create one feature. I can't reuse that sketch for anything else. I have to make it again if I wanted to. I can't also make a sketch that's got a whole bunch of circles and do something different with each of them. So we'll see that in just a second. Before that though, I want to show you two interesting things. First off, if I click this, just single click it, you'll see that a bunch of different things pop up. And I can both edit the sketch plane, that's where my sketch was originally, click that button, or edit the sketch if I click this button, which is the top left one. So I can go back and change the shape later if I want to, and I'll do that in just a minute. Second thing is if I go to my Boss Extrude, I can edit that feature by clicking this button right here, or edit the sketch that's inside of that feature if I really want to. There's a lot more buttons right here, we're not going to worry about those for right now, but I just want to let you know that if you click this, you can click to edit the feature, which is very helpful. And also when I'm clicking it, you can see the number right here, and if I wanted to, I can change that. So it's not very difficult. Okay, now let's go back and we're going to change this sketch. I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to add in, let's just add in a circle. Right here. There you go. Okay, so now I've got a circle off to the side. So I've got one circle and one rectangle. And I'm going to exit my sketch and see what happens. Now you see what happened here, it kind of just guessed again, well you want to extrude both of them. But maybe I didn't. Maybe that circle was completely a mistake, you know, it wasn't supposed to be there. Well, we can fix that. So we're going to go and try to edit our feature now. I click on the Boss Extrude. If you've already clicked it, if you click it a second time, it will just try to change the name, so make sure you just single click. Then I go to Edit Feature. Now you see that it's doing both of these. Okay, that's fine. But how do we get rid of this second contour? Well, if you look down the bottom, there's something called selected contours. And it doesn't show anything to you yet. But if I click on the center of this rectangle, you see how my circle is no longer selected. If I click on both, you see how both are now selected, and both are going to be extruded. And I can get rid of one if I want to, or both. Actually, I can't get rid of both because it's like why you're making extrusion then. But I can. There you go. Only to the circle, only to the rectangle, or do both if I wanted to. So I have this ability to choose by changing the selected contours. If I don't choose anything, it's most likely going to try to fill in everything it can. There are caveats to that. Sometimes it has no idea, it can't figure it out. In those cases, it won't do anything. Now, there's still a bunch more options in here that we're going to talk about, but this is where we're going to stop for now. So I hope this helped you. Remember, features, our feature tab is how we take things 3D. And when we're extruding things, you can go to selected contours to choose which things you want to make three-dimensional. So, I hope this helped you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.